Okay, guys. I was supposed to come in yesterday. We had some stuff happen around the house. I had workers in here. Couldn't do it. So I'm going to do the masculine and feminine report today. Get a little different layout here for the cards. But nonetheless, we're going to go through it. I don't know what's going to come up here. So again, my intent is to get underneath people's blocks or help them get underneath their blocks and, give them the quickest, fastest route to getting into healing or whatever. So this is my intent with these readings. So I've got some light tarot cards. Lenormand seems to get to the root real quickly. Hey, Andrea. Well, you know why you got on time? Because I was late. So it's all good. I was shuffling here, trying to get them all shuffled before. I hate shuffling on screen. It's not that I'm not whatever, but I don't like doing it. So I flipped the cards over. I had to turn my pyramid on. So, hold on. Okay, so a little flustered. Okay, so I'm splitting the energy masculine, feminine, but it's general. So again, may not apply to all, but hopefully you can get something from it. I'm going to start like I always do with the feminine energies. A big stack here. See what they're up to. Again, this will, you know what? When I was shuffling, laying out the cards, they're like, this will overlay the horoscope readings in the infinity room. This will overlay that this week. So it'll be a companion video to help you out. Cause I feel like the, hey Rose, thanks for coming in. I feel like the videos that go in the infinity room, the horoscopes, these will be a little more lighter. And then this will be kind of head to head what people need to deal with to get under their issues. This is what I'm hoping. This is what the intent was anyway. So we're going to start out with the general energies. The females, the feminine, sorry. First card I get there. Okay, we doing this right? Yeah. No dirty laundry. No, good. Self-esteem. Today's laundry day, so I got it all piled up on the chair for tonight. Okay. Sit and listen to music and do laundry. Why is that crooked? There we go. Got a lot of natural sunlight, which is all good, but not for displaying cards. And why is that very crooked? Very crooked. Anyway, okay. Self-esteem. Yeah, this is what the feminines may be working on, may be triggered with as well, right? We may have some self-esteem issues come to the surface to bear. In order to go there, the sense they're giving me is we need to go there and deal with this stuff. We're having these issues at this point. We want them cleared off the docket. So we got to go and do whatever it takes to get rid of those issues. And I feel like it is we need to tackle some of these issues, right, in a self-esteem kind of way. We got beauty next to it. So some of the energy here I'm getting is that we may feel a little inadequate in the beauty department. May not be feeling, especially when it comes to the object of our affections, and especially if you're in between partners, right? So if we're in flux and we're moving from one partner to another or from one relationship out into the dating world, this may come to the surface to bear again, the fact that, maybe we need to beautify ourselves, pump ourselves up a little more than normal, this kind of thing. So there's a lot of self-esteem issues wrapped around how we feel about ourselves visually, right? This kind of thing, how we present outward. So beauty is being taken into account here highly from the feminines. And I get a lot of the singles in dating, they're going to start puffing themselves outward, but they don't want to be not who they are, right? They want to be authentic still. So this is the sense I'm getting here. Next card is individuation, which talks about, knowing that part of who you are, what makes you special. This is good to have that realization because there's a lot of people out there that may not have had it in the past. And they're realizing what makes me an individual. I don't want to be like this one. I want to be like me, only better, more powerful, right? And this is the sense I'm getting from the feminines. We're working on our self-esteem. We don't want to grab somebody else's self-esteem and puff it in our face, right? We want to grab our own. all those things that we are worthy of, and we are strong, and all the individual unique preferences that we have, we want to make that better. And that in a sense comes out in a beauty, yeah, I gotta slow down. Comes out in a beautifying kind of way unconsciously, right? When we attack that individuation, meaning all those things that are unique to me, if I go outward and I bring my esteem to those things, my self-esteem, this will make me more beautiful. These are things I don't know yet, but I will once I get there. And this is the road I think they're on, right? So this is what's going on. Okay, so that is the general, that's pretty powerful stuff, and that's really good stuff. I don't feel like it's too deep to absorb. I think all this is really stuff the feminine's starting to realize about herself, breaking things down. I feel really good about that. So I'm going to go on to expand here with the tarot cards. So I'll take these away. Attacking the self-esteem and bringing it forward. So the first card I get for the feminines here is the Knight of Pentacles. So we may have someone like this in our midst that we're dealing with. A knight here. Yeah. I'm going to turn this off. Yeah, there, that helps. Can be an earth sign, may not be. If he's not an earth sign, it's someone who goes about life slow and steady. They're very dependable. They have a way of doing things kind of their way, and they don't like to be pushed or rattled. They don't get rattled easily either. They're not the type to get thrown off course very easily. So this is an energy that either you carry or someone around you carries. The next card is the Ace of Swords, and that talks about truth, clarity, victory. There may be a man like this, very victorious in your life, or having to deal with the truth surrounding this man is the sense I get for some. We may be dealing with a strong character who has built his kingdom, so to speak, or is well on his way to doing that. But there's some truths here that may need to be revealed, is the sense I get, or what we're trying to get from this person. Now, the sense I'm getting is he's turning his back and all we see is the rear end of the horse, is like there are some things that this man may be holding back, but because it's the sense I'm getting is that we will gain victory here in revealing some of those secrets that this man may be carrying. Next card is 5, the Hierophant. That talks about spirituality, traditional ways of being, can also talk to marriage. There's 2 people here repenting. I feel like that's more the case in this reading. I feel like there may be some things this man is dealing with on a spiritual level that he has to come to terms with within his own right before he comes forth and brings the truth. So there's a sense here of spiritual wrongs being done by this man, and it may be in a relationship that you carry with them or just a person around you. Now, usually this is highly towards partnerships, but I also get a sense here that we may have either a father figure or a brother or someone very close to us that we are close to spiritually. It may be in this vein as well, that we have some secrets here that need to come forth, but that this knight has to come to terms with what he's done first on a spiritual level before he can clarify things outward. So this is what's happening, is what I feel, at least for the next week. So to clarify those cards, get a little deeper here. On top of the Knight of Pentacles, we get 44, which is interesting because Lenormand, that's the magnifying glass. The need to look at things closer. I feel like this man is very much on the surface of what he needs to deal with. Though he is looking at it, he does know that the focus needs to be there. He does need to look a little deeper into it because there's rootlets here that he's not picked up on. I feel like he gets the bigger picture, but there's a lot more depth here as to why we need to deal with this. Because if we look too close to the surface, again, this is a spiritual issue, so very much an internal issue that this man carries. doesn't realize the effect here, because the sense I'm getting is this man just really wants to leave this behind, whether it was a misjudgment of some sense. He wants to just leave this behind and not deal with it. But the sense is, no, we have to go spiritually into this, feel this out, and then go outward and communicate to our partner or, companion in whatever way, and deal with that on a deeper level, because I feel like the partner of this man is really going to bring forth to him the reasoning as to why, because he's not seeing it. He's not seeing the depth and the breadth of what this all means. Bringing this truth forth can really solve a lot of things this man just doesn't realize that can solve. That's the problem here, is he does not realize the depth of what this can it's creating problems. He doesn't understand this. He wants to get rid of it out of his energy field, doesn't want to deal with it. If he does this, it creates huge problems in the future, longer we go down the road. If he takes a hold of it now, brings it out on the table and deals with it, it actually can solve all his problems, but he doesn't understand this on a spiritual level. Okay. On the Ace of Swords, that's about the truth. That's about coming forth, discussing, laying everything on the table and just setting it out there. We have the 25. Now, this may be, some people have something to deal with here with a relationship or merger, to say the least, or marriage or an engagement. Somebody needs to know the truth in order to come into union here. And I feel like that is what it is preventing for this man. This man may want to come for, this is interesting. It is the feminine reading, but I'm getting the other side of the feminine, but whatever, I'm going with it here. I just give what I get. So the sense here is this man wants to marry someone, or at least engage to this person to create this union. But there are too many secrets, too many things here that are, what the sense I'm getting is the female may be feeling this on a intuitive level. The man will not come forth, and this is preventing this merger from happening. So it's preventing the engagement because the woman can feel unconsciously that there's gunk under there, no matter what it is. Like, she can feel that, and she just doesn't want to go forth. She can't go forth in confidence until that's cleared up. The man doesn't want to deal with. He feels like he can kind of play one over on the woman, but he can't, and he doesn't understand that. So this is what's going on. The truth and the ability for this man to come forward in truth is really what's hinging on whether this relationship works or not. If he can come forward and be transparent, then we have a union here and we can go forward into a marriage and a long-term commitment. But if this man does not come forth with all this gunk that he wants to hide in his past, it will not work. Now, the next card, the 5, the Hierophant, which also does talk about marriage, right? So we have 2 high marriage cards here. So for some, I feel like these are, because I'm going, is that singles, couples? What are we talking? I mean, if we're couples, I feel a sense of longevity here, or at least a sense of trying to work something out on a level. And I feel like this Pentacles dude, he's coming in here going, yeah, we'll fix it this way, but he's on the wrong track. And the woman's coming in and saying, okay, I think, she may not know or understand exactly what's going on, but she knows there's something missing. And the something missing is her instinct saying, he's not telling me everything. So this is getting in between the future of this relationship. And I feel like it will cut it completely off here. This man does not come forth in his truth. I feel like it will end it. And again, these are long-term things that are happening here. We're not just going to end it for a week or a month. We're going in a new direction. So again, the 5, the Hierophant, this is about spirituality. That's about the depth of things. And the man may be not looking at the depth here. On top of that, we get 37. And that's the sense that we need to take a little time here and look at things. It's very simple. Look at things so we can create this union. If we do not take the time to look and dive deeper into this relationship on a spiritual level, it just will not connect. Just will not connect. And then we have an opening for a soulmate to come in and, create a different scenario here where we just won't have a partner to go to. Okay, so I'm going to clarify one more deep here into that. Now on the magnifying glass, we get the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands about quick communication, fast action, travel. Yeah, all of it. We may have people at a distance communicating, try and work this out, or we may be feeling distant from the partner because of the sense of not opening up. Either way, there's a distance created here, but a sense of communication wanting to come. And it may be that that hasn't landed yet is the sense they're giving me, is like there's some communication here that needs to go, but it hasn't landed. And that may be the realization of this man of what he needs to do, say, or whatever here. Now on top of the ring, why do I have an extra card here? Okay, it's interesting because it's the Knight of Pentacles again. So it's from his end that this is, there's something here this man wants to say or bring forth or bring to the partner is really what I'm getting. There's a lot of messages wants to bring to the partner, and there's a sense here that some may be at a distance or without communication, meaning not talking, like either blocking the partner in some kind of way, especially if we're at a distance. There's a blockage here. Now on the ring, we get the 6 of Swords, and I feel like that's the feminine. 6 of Swords is leaving. She's got her kid. She's going off. Something happened here. The communication was not what we wanted to hear, so off we go. We didn't get the truth in the past, so now we're moving on. Okay, and that was the sense I got here, is if we don't come forward in our truth, like if we still trying to spin in circles here, trying to cover something up, it's just not going to work. They're just going to have to be completely transparent. If they can't be transparent, they're going to lose the relationship. Like it is, people, like it is. So there's an engagement here that has been left. They kind of, no more. I don't really want to be engaged to someone who can't be truthful to me. This kind of scenario is what I'm getting. So highly for people that are trying to get together, but there's lies and maybe even deceit that has been in the past. It can't get through because the partner's not coming forth with truth. And the feminine knows this instinctively. They feel it. And this is what the partner doesn't realize. They know, yeah, they're instinctive, but they figure they can get away without it. But it's like, no, we just have to bite the bullet and tell them and be honest and upfront, and then it'll fix everything. 37 on top of the time here is the 6 of Cups, and that's what I'm saying, in time. And look how she's moving. And this can be a symbol of soulmates, of friends that we knew from childhood, people who want to give to us wholly. So if this man doesn't step it up, that she's going to get another offer, or vice versa, whatever the kind of relationship you're in here. There's a sense of moving into a new tone here. Now, it could also be the king coming forth, but we're going to move into the, this is the generalized. We're going to move into the romance area here right away and see what happens, because there's a sense here that this man could come trotting in, present his clarity. Hopefully that's transparent, crystal clear. And again, it will fix things. It will set things back on track. If he does not, and he comes forth to try and manipulate the situation, she will continue to move toward someone who can offer a clean, a clear cup. Like those little white things is kind of purity is what I get. And of course it's kids, right? So it's pure. I care for you. I want to, there's nothing in the way. It's adults that get muddled up with stuff. So we'll see where this takes us. I'm going to take these cards down. Okay, so first card on the sex side, well, romance side, we have the 3 of Wands, and this deck talks about virtues. This is, right? So if we've had a disarray in a relationship to a degree that our virtue was tested, this is something we got to deal with. We got to confront it. And if the Pentacles dude or whoever, the partner, could be either way. I'm saying the male, but it could be the female in this position as well. We have to deal with our virtue. How do we want to go forward here? Yeah, like a juggling act is what I'm getting here. Um, sorry, boys muttering around. Give me a minute. I gotta tune in. Yeah, kind of like we're throwing things up in the air, like taking things too lightly for a commitment is really what I'm getting. We're not taking things seriously enough, especially in the virtue area. Somebody's not, okay, in this situation. Next card, Prince of Cups. Feel like this is independent. This is not the Prince of Pentacles coming in here. Or the Pentacles dude. I feel very significantly this is a new partner coming in. So if we have people in flux here, and this is really what I'm picking up on, is people that are either single or lightly dating. They may have been dealing with a partner for a long time, but there's no commitment here. That's what I'm getting. Now the Prince of Cups is a new energy. Look at that white flower he's got. That is very much significance of pure of heart. He's got a full cup and a flower, right? And in he comes with this high vibrational dolphin, and they're all about happiness, love, and joy. So I feel somebody new coming into the picture here to maybe throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing. Okay. Yeah. Next. Princess of Pentacles. So you may be in her sign. Now it's interesting, holy, because they're showing me her belly, and I don't know that is supposed to be pregnant, but it sure does look pregnant in here. I've come across this card. Her belly kind of looks like it's sticking out to me. And there's flowers in the air. It's kind of like the blooming of something in the belly. I am getting that highly. So this is interesting. Just let me sit for a minute. We may have a pairing here. It may not be the pairing, like the one, but a pairing no less. It's interesting, though. The woman's back is to this prince coming in. Okay. So the sense is she may not know he's coming in. She may not know, but she is. There could be some single moms here, or what do you call that? Like women here pregnant, but not with the father. And we may have someone coming in to kind of step up in that way. Make me aware that belly. Nonetheless, there's a man coming in to make an offer to this woman, and the Princess of Pentacles, because that's kind of like the page when we're talking, and the Page of Pentacles is really about beginnings. Give me a minute here. Yeah, of knowledge going forth, wisdom, training, these kinds of things, stuff kind of more on a material level. So we may have a woman here who is very much kind of keeping her emotions out of things at this point. But some kind of a male figure coming in, or, a partner coming in here to offer love is really what I get. And then virtue's kind of hovering in the background, sitting over top of this couple. Okay. Or yeah, a sense of virtue being along with all of this, kind of putting. So if we're committed to someone, which is the sense that I don't get here, obviously, but there's a sense of maybe someone else putting a commitment on this relationship that we are not aware of, or we do not drive with, meaning someone thinks they're committed in this relationship and they're actually not. So that's where the virtue is sitting there. Okay, on the romance card to expand here. On the virtue, we get 18, the moon card. Now, the moon card, this is interesting because it's about canoodling and stuff. So this can insinuate that we meet someone new and we kind of warm up to them quite quickly in a romantical kind of way. Doesn't necessarily mean sex. It just means getting very close very quickly, but not necessarily sex. But someone trying really hard to do this is the sense I get, right? Because the moon is there and there's, somebody trying to bring that out in someone. Okay. Now on the Page of Cups, we have 3, the Empress, which is interesting because she is also about children as well. The Empress can be about, she can signify, and that's what I'm getting here. She can signify an affair. She can be the other woman, okay? Because I'm getting this is separate. This may be you, and this may be someone else in the picture. So this man may be either escaping from someone. I get that purity symbol, but there's something about this woman. This other woman may not understand completely. That's what I'm getting. Okay. We may have a scenario here where this man has dealt with a woman and he is done with her. This woman may not feel the same. Okay. There may be a situation where we've ended a relationship, but we're still living together. So therefore, the female is thinking that we're still together because we're physically together, but this is not so for the man. And it may not be completely adjusted outwardly, meaning the public may be in confusion as well. So be aware of this. This may be where this new king is, or this page is coming from. May have a little bit of ties there that he doesn't necessarily, a little trickiness there. But on top of the Queen of Pentacles, or the Princess of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups. Now, that's interesting. Just give me a minute. Yeah, because generally this princess deals to me with wisdom and knowledge, bringing forth knowledge. We get the Six of Cups. I feel like that's kind of like a little too tipsy. We go out socializing, we get too tipsy. This may be how we meet this person, okay? This may be how these two meet. Somewhere they're kind of out socializing. And I don't feel like it's a huge party or anything. You may be at Earl's having a few drinks after a steak, right? And then suddenly you come across this person and we may feel very warm to them, right? Warmed right up to them in some kind of way is the sense I'm getting. But this is again, there's something about this guy not quite being honest here about the relationship with this woman, because the sense they're giving me now is that she does have a right to feel like she's still in the relationship, but yet in this man's mind, it's done. So either they had an argument and he ended it, but he never said officially to her, that's it, we're done, let's date other people. That was not brought forth. Something like that. So therefore she's waiting home. He's going out and being single, like, how do you say, like it's legal, right? And she just, there's no, that energy is not shared with her. But so this is going to come to a head here through this, I feel highly. So now, as we get into my Celtic cards, I'm going to, these cards can be very sexually oriented in many ways. I don't know what cards are here. So I'm going to put them in between here in the sex cards to kind of buffer. So on top of the Moon card, which we had back here, was the Three of Wands. And again, Three of Wands can be looking to the future. But virtue we were talking about, and then canoodling. And again here, a sense that this guy, he may not be so virtuous because we didn't let the other partner, we didn't quite end things, right? Kind of, it's one of those fine lines, right? They were walking on. So on the Moon card, we get the Eight of Wands. Now, the Moon card is also about illusions and secrets. The Eight of Wands about communication. So, hey, Carrie Ann, thanks for coming in. So if we got a Knight here, like this is just sniffing something awful to me. Because really, we're talking about virtue was the idea here, right? And that virtue, this guy, I thought, he's all pure in heart, high vibrational, but I don't know if he's really truly, I feel he thinks that this woman knows, but it's mistakenly so, right? Thank you, Carrie Ann. Yeah, these are the Sun and Moon cards. These are cute. I wanted to get a mini deck, but they sent me the full one. But yeah. So virtue, juggling things, all of that, right? So, and the sense they're giving me with that flame is we're going to get burnt here, because it's almost like this guy doesn't know, but yet he does know. There's a certain part of him that knows, but he figures he's free and clear to go. But there is a little line here that we just kind of manipulated, is the sense I get, right? And that's that moon card. It's kind of going before we put the hammer down with the other relationship, is the sense I'm getting. Because we felt something really quick here, a connection with someone come on so strong, so quickly. One, we didn't think it was out there. Two, we didn't think it would hit us. And three, it's like, whatever, we're going after it. We're not letting it go by, is really. And then on top of that, we have the 8 of Wands. So that's about communication. Again, we had that earlier, right? Communication, keeping in contact. Oh, if I met you at the keg, man, like, give me your card, and then there'll be texting a lot going on. Like, this is kind of the scenario I'm getting. It's really low key how we come across them, but we're going to keep in touch, and I can't let this go. This man is feeling highly sprung to keep in contact. And he's also excited because he realizes that there's a relationship here that's ended. Again, not understood by the feminine in his past. And they may have children together, right? So we're in the same house, and that's the thing I'm getting, is we're in the same house. We're living together, but he said it's over, but we're still in the same house. So she's thinking, well, it's not over yet till he's out, and he's not out yet, right? So she's got a mindset, he's got a mindset, they're on different tracks. So the communication starts with this new person that comes in, kind of throws them off. On top of the Empress, we have the 3 of Wands. That's a repeating card, because we had the 3 of Wands was about the virtue. And this is about looking in the future. So this man, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place here. He wants to start something, and he's going to look to the future to create new, new plans, but he just feels like he can't jump yet. And it may be a situation where I'm really physically locked in, even though in my mind I know it's over. There's a lot of physical things here that I have to separate. Okay. Now, on top of the drinking card, which led me to believe that we may have socializing going on here, is where we find this person. We have the 7 of Shields. Again, this is the feminine reading, but highly picking up on masculine energy. 7 of Shields. Give me a minute here. Yeah, 7 of Coins is interesting what they're showing me here. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to zoom this in here. Because this, in this picture, they have, like, the one guy's got a rose in his hand, and he's pointing at a woman, trying to manifest, right? I feel like this man has been trying to manifest a partner. Like, he was in a relationship, it wasn't working. Maybe we had kids here. We realized things aren't working. We can't repair it. There's too much damage. I don't want this partner. So he's been trying to manifest a partner in the future. So he's been dreaming, thinking, hoping, praying for a partner. I feel like that's the guy with the rose. Come on, focus. That's the guy with the rose. And then this guy, he's throwing seeds in there to try and make it grow. Well, what do you know? That's this communication. I found something. I'm going to keep in touch with her, and I'm going to start sowing seeds here so that we can get things moving. And that's why he's waiting for the future. He's like, well, we can't just jump, but I want this, and I want to move forward with this. I want to plant some seeds here. And, there's a sense of heart with that red rose there. That's what I'm getting from this card. 7 of Pentacles is very different usually. But they're just blocking me from the natural meaning. It's going to take away from what I just said. So, so the sense here is we want to manifest a partner, and we're going to do it, and we're going to put work into it, and we're going to manifest that. And that's maybe what happened here. We had somebody manifest a partner, and boom, what do you know? Here it is in the physical flesh. Okay. So, which is good. Again, focusing. Hey, Florimel. Oh, I didn't see. But super cool. Okay. So now on the 7 of Pentacles, which is about not only dreaming, thinking, hoping, and praying, but sowing seeds here to manifest what we want in a partner. We have the Knave of Cups. Wait, that's the wrong card. Sorry. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, that was there. That's where I ended. Now here, sorry, it's a busy day today. 7 of Wands. So we're talking about the communication, going back and forth. This man really wants to keep in touch with this person, with the partner that they've come across in a casual way, whatever, at a restaurant, a pub type thing, like a relaxed atmosphere. They're really wanting to keep in touch with this person. So they're going to make an effort to do that. And I feel it's texting or, phoning or whatever. Now, on top of that, we get the Knave of Cups. Now, the Knave of Cups is about jealousy. Someone here is jealous. Now, is it that Knight of Pentacles, or is it, obviously, I think that's what it is. Even though he's a Cups dude, he's flying off the handle here, because the sense I was getting from this Knight guy is he's really just kind of taken off, and in the background, he keeps looking back to this relationship. So obviously it wasn't a priority, right? So now we had someone come forth here out of the blue, literally, and now want to start communication. Well, it may have thrown this Knight off a little bit. Okay, so there's an energy. He's not happy with what's going on here. Okay, but the sense here is that, these people are very free and clear to do what they want. And again, look at that mirror. Look at that, because that's basically the scene that we get back here. That's basically the scene of this couple. Look at doing that, right? This is different energy. And he's mad about it. Well, kind of tough, buddy, because you ain't been there. You ain't done that. Because I get a passive sense with this Knight of Pentacles dude. He's just kind of in the background. So he really doesn't deserve. This man has come forth. He has sown the seeds. He has manifested. He's putting the work in. Those seeds are the work. You got to put the work in, and then look at how he's got wands growing here. He's fire. So yeah, resting on our laurels too much. This dude's pissed off. Now, next, about looking at the future. I feel this is highly the masculine that's coming into your life here. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which is interesting because normally, yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, both meanings are due here. So 10 of Pentacles, usually I say, well, that's someone at a distance that we could be very loved up for, but they live at a distance. So there's a sense here that we may have met someone locally, but they may have had to go away. Like they may have come in for a conference and now they got to leave to go back from where they're from, right? So there's a sense here of that. Like we're meeting someone that's we met them in our, in our area, but they don't naturally, they're not from here. So we may meet them and then they go back. But there's a sense here of maybe having a distance, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And also the sense here, this man is not touching her, but he has a high, there's a lot of grapes on her, a lot of things that he's very, he enjoys. How do you put that into words? Just give me a minute. Very attracted to her and what she carries, really, is what I'm getting. The way that she is, we're talking about self-esteem that this woman has from the beginning, these cards, talking about beauty and whatnot. This man appreciates her for her beauty that she didn't even prep for. Like the sense I'm getting is just going out with her girlfriends. No, is surprise attack, like I don't have my makeup on. I didn't do my hair. I'm just wearing my scrubs. Like I'm just out bare. Like, you know what I mean? And this man is good with it. He enjoys, he sees her for her worth in that way, which is good. Not only that, at a distance, he's going to keep his interest is going to stay high at a distance. Okay. Now, on top of this sowing seeds and, about wishes and dreams and whatnot, we have the 7 of Cups. This is tricky. This is not my dreamland card, but it's very white, very light. So there is a sense here that, especially if we are at a distance, we may be kind of caught up in the dreaminess of it. Okay. So be aware of that. just be careful. Like the tortoise talks about longevity, so there may be an opportunity here for a lengthy period of time in this relationship. And there's that cup. We are in the cup stage here, and this is the 7 talking. Yeah, and the sense I get is we may get carried away with things, right? We may get a little dreamy on the dreamy side, but it's not a bad thing. So, wow, there's a lot here. So yeah, it really seems, I'm just going to stop and channel for a bit. Seems like what's going on here is we have a situation where we may have been in a relationship or a lightly dating scenario where there was no commitment ties, and that person's just not making a commitment. So something else comes into view here, and he's stepping up and going, hey, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of action from this new person coming in. Okay. You may meet them at a restaurant, out in public, in a low key atmosphere, somewhere where you feel comfortable. And they kind of, it's almost like they're showing me a scenario like walking by in a hallway or even in a hotel where we're waiting for something or someone to meet someone, and then they walk by and suddenly, eyes meet, this kind of thing. I mean, they're dramatizing it Hollywood style, but that's what I'm getting. So it's a very casual introduction to somebody that just doesn't want to let go of this meeting that they found. And I'm feeling it highly for the masculine. And so again, the first cards here, I've got a couple clarification cards. We were dealing with our self-esteem, and I feel like this person coming in is really going to help us with that, without even trying, right? We're talking about beauty here, things that make us feel beautiful. Again, I feel like we're very raw in our own right. We're just going out and we're not even beautified. And this man takes us and is very highly attracted, and that lifts our esteem, And then individuation is just realizing we are an individual and who that is and what that's about. These are all the things that, again, I feel like this relationship is really going to help you blossom with. Now, surrender card. Surrender your belief in scarcity. So there may be a sense here. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So yeah, scarcity. If we feel like, and I feel like this is actually in the man department or the partner department. We're looking for a partner here, and we feel like, at my age, there's none left. No, they're going. We can't go forward in confidence with this, belief system because it's not going to work. So this is what they're saying. Lift yourself from the inside to believe that there will be partners out there for you, and they will come to bear. And then the planetary card to help is Moon in Aquarius, a free spirit. Let your inner wild child awaken. Yeah, that was here last week for the for one of the pick a card readings that I had in the room there. So Moon in Aquarius, yeah, and the moon is about emotion. So try to be emotionally free with this. I think you unintentionally will be. And then you may have to warm up to that person. But this person, I feel, the masculine side is really going to warm up to you quite quickly, going to know quite quickly from their gut, right? This is heavy. He's going to be the love at first sight. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, like warming up to it a bit. So let your inner child awaken. Moon in Aquarius, again, that's about emotions and feeling free spirit. Let that run loose and believe that there are partners and people and situations out there for you, and you will gain headway. So hopefully that will help for the feminines. A really nice romantical kind of story. I'm waiting for the week to come in now. Oh man. So anyway, so for those in marriages may not what do you call that? Vibrate with you so much, but nonetheless. So now to the masculine. Somebody timestamp. What is it? 4418. Okay. Masculine energy here. The general cards. First card for the masculine. Love. What do you know? Well, that was a masculine on the other end there, and it's highly where they're headed. They are looking for love. Look at his wings. He's got them on, and he's going to fly in that direction. So they are dealing with love first and foremost. The next card I get is wisdom. This goes very well with love here. Again, they're making me go back to the feminine reading where we're talking about wise choices here at this stage. We really have to make long-term choices because this is what's going to settle whether we want it to or not. If we make a temporary decision, we're going to have a permanent situation. So if we make a temporary decision and we go in there, there's going to be a big span of time where we don't have what we want, or we realize we don't have what we want. Even if we don't realize it now, hopefully you're on my drift here. So we got to make decisions based on long-term results here. Because if we don't, if we're being all flippant and we're going to get into an energy field that's going to stick with us for a long period of time, whether we realize we want it or not. So be wise, use your wisdom. This is what I'm telling the masculines. Don't think short term because it's not going to do you good. Next card, guess what? Beauty. They're trying to beautify themselves to get an object here. They are trying to be wise is the sense I'm getting. Those that aren't, they just never have been, and they're just maybe spinning in that cycle for a while, maybe up to 20 years from here. They may never get out of it. That's really what I'm getting is a 20-year cycle is coming up. So if we settle into a relationship here that's good on the surface and then a year down the road we don't like it, we're kind of stuck with that for 20 years. This is really what I'm getting. Some kind of planetary stuff that they're giving me. Again, I'm not, I don't know, but that's highly what I'm getting. So this man is beautifying himself. He's trying to use his wisdom and be smart. But again, if he is manipulative or trying to manipulate, this will backfire and for a long period of time. We're not just going to be kicking ourselves for a week or a month or a year. It's going to be 20 years down the road and things will be so changed by then we just can't get it back. So if we're in between a relationship here that we want to bust from and we decide we're going to bust and we changed our mind 6 months down the road, we may not be able to get back. One, because the partner may be on with someone else that's higher priority than you, and it'll probably last for a 20-year cycle. And then after that, things will change so much and may not come together at all. So this is what's going on here. Huge warning. Because I feel like the men don't do this deliberately. They do it thinking the priority's in the wrong spot. Okay? So this is what I'm getting for them. Okay. So to clarify. Did I clarify? Yeah, clarify. On the love card. We get the 5 of Cups, so we may have been disappointed in the love direction here, having a hard time getting out of that sense of disappointment and whatnot. Focused on everything that's gone. There's something here that's still sitting, but we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on what's gone, what we can't do anything about, what we will never gain back. So this in itself is the wrong direction that they're looking. They need to look to the 2 cups that they have sitting there. They need to look there. So already I'm getting a sense of misdirection. On top of the wisdom, we get the 4 of Wands. Now, this is what this man is after. He's stability. This can be about celebrations, can be about marriages, can be about home. Feel like it's a sense of everything here. This man is concerned about his home, the marriage he has within it, or the sense of family that he has within the home. He's either wanting to create this, wanting to stabilize this, or wanting to highly protect this, okay? But something has happened nonetheless to kind of bust it apart here. Now, on top of the beauty, which I was getting a sense that he's trying to puff himself up a bit here, we get the 10 of Pentacles, and that's how he's trying to do it. He's trying to build... He's trying to build all the things that I have, all the pretty little... I have a nice car, I have a nice house. See what I got? Come here. Like, this is what he's trying to do. Either trying to attract a mate or entice a mate with the money. This is what I'm getting. But the Ten of Pentacles is also about family and stability within it. Like when you have the Four of Wands, that's highly. He is concerned with getting a stable family situation, and that's it. He's working on the finance to stabilize the family to make himself happy. Him and his whatever, his harem there, right? Whether the wife and kids or whatever, to make them stable, sturdy, yeah, all of it. So very highly focused on family stability at this time, though there's been disappointment in the love direction. Okay. So on top of the Five of Cups, we have 17, which is interesting because this can talk about pregnancies. Now, have we had a pregnancy here happen that we're not happy about? Or it could be about moves. Did we have a move here that we had from a partner move away that we're not happy about? But nonetheless, 17, the Storks, is really about things that come into our life, and the sun is shining, signifying this is good energy. Life-changing decisions. Family, extension of family, babies being born, moves, how, moving, job changes, these kinds of things that really change your life. Somehow, this man is not happy with this big change that's come through here. May have been a pregnancy that he didn't want, that is in the flux here, but we're having to deal with that. It's going to change everything. Wasn't in his plan, maybe, but nonetheless. Now, on the celebration, the four, again, with four and the stork, that would really, add to the extending the home, right? It brings a happiness, but yet this brings a sadness. So what's going on? Right? Kind of canceling each other, like we kind of have to deal with no matter. On the Four of Wands here, we get 5, which is the tree. I think it's the tree of life, or the tree. And now it talks about, to me, talks about how everything is interconnected. Can also talk about health issues and whatnot. I feel like it's more about how everything's interconnected. And I feel like even this situation that has come down the pipe here, that we're happy, but we're not happy about, the sense I'm getting is we had a plan here, and this is not the plan. So they're happy, but they're not happy because we didn't plan. And it may be in a financial way that they never planned for. So this is going to throw a monkey wrench, because suddenly now the money we were going to take to do other things cannot be, we have to reroute. So when we bring on top of the home here, I'm going to go back with the energy here. Yeah, the wisdom, right? And the celebrations. Like, this is a highly good celebratory card talking about the home. So it brings that great happiness. And then the 5 is kind of grounding us to everything's connected. So maybe it wasn't our plan that this baby come into, but maybe that was the grand plan here. And maybe we got to ease off a little bit because there's a bigger thing at play here. Now on the 10 of Pentacles, we get the snake. Yeah. And that was on the beauty. So give me a minute here. The snake is always about manipulative or malicious behavior. So somebody doing things with intent to, so this is where I feel like the disappointments come in, because we had someone come at us, and this is on top of, sorry, you're going too fast. Sorry, they're going so fast with the info, I can't keep up. This is on the finances. Somebody may be dealing with our finances in a malicious way, either spending it really quickly without any, acknowledgement from the partner, or dipping into it on outright stealing, is what they're saying. Stealing money when we're just not from, like, even from the partner, like, it's not okayed, it's not talked about, nothing. We're just taking money, and like nobody's okaying it, and it's just floating away, right? They're doing it in a malicious way, though. So the sense is that they're taking it in a vengeance of something from the partner. And maybe this is what's going on here. This is why the partner's sad. It's like, you can't just do that. You can't just take from me when this is for our family, and if we got kids coming here, we got to save, and you're just taking money, this kind of thing. There's some kind of a lower vibrations creeping in there somehow. And that's what's painful for the masculine. He's trying to keep his pentacles in line here, and they're just slipping, and somebody's coming in and just slipping it away. So, this is becoming a problem, and it may even be like that. It's so degrading energetically. It's coming to our health here. Okay. But it's going to create changes nonetheless. Now, the last here in the general areas, energies, sorry. On top of the 17, which is talking about major life changes that come, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So that's the singles card. And it also talks about feeling lush and grand with things, like having our money and feeling financially stable and whatnot. I feel like this is the masculine where he is and he wants to be. Now, it's interesting because they made me spit out the singles card right away. Because usually I say this card is about feeling abundant. Can be. But the singles came out right away. And that's what they're saying is we may have a marriage go through a major change here that actually busts it apart, where the one person wants to be singled out, meaning out of the relationship because it's too overwhelming. That's one scenario. Or we singularly are trying to fix this relationship, and it's not going so well when we have someone malicious on the other side just taking. We're giving, and they're taking, and we're not making any headway here, is the sense that I'm getting as well. So on top of the tree, which talks about, like, again, to me, being grounded with how everything is connected to everything else. We have the tree of life there. And it's really about how is this in the bigger scheme of things something that's meant to happen, is really the sense. Because I get the masculine going, man, this is not good. And the universe is going, no, this is better than you think it is. It gives you an opportunity to do something here. It wasn't in your plan, but this plan may help you get what you want to a higher degree. On top of that, we have the Lovers, which is interesting. Because I feel for some here, this is kind of a light tower coming in here. We may have a scenario here for some partnerships to 1, level up, or 2, break apart. First opening for a break apart. And they're going into that break apart energy. And that's the sense here, is like, you may not want this to go. Like, we're trying to work with a relationship here that maybe, and these are for some of the people that are in denial that they need to let go of the relationship highly, because this is the universal plan here. We need to get you where you need to be, and you're in denial that you're in the wrong spot. So we're creating, expanding the energy here so we can see more clearly who we're dealing with. And I feel like for some, this is the partner. They're going outward, being snippy and, abusive, and taking where they're not supposed to take. This kind of thing is coming highly into this. Yeah, because this couple is not, even though it's looked on by the universe, they're not touching. They're not coming together. So what's going on? Now, on the malicious, we have the 4 cups. That's about offerings we're not happy with. Something going on here, we're not liking it. And again, I got that from here. There's a sense of something, a life change here that we weren't ready for. We planned for, So we're not interested in it. Kind of, and it may be a partner that we got that we just, we're not, I'm getting hold on here. For some, we may be in a single situation, and we're being offered a lover here, but just not interested at all. And there's big changes going on in our life. Nonetheless, we're dealing with finances. We're thinking about stability of home, but what we're getting offered here is just not turning our crank. Okay. That was kind of in the singles way, I guess. Whoops. Now, as we move to the love and romance, start out with the first cards here. We get 8 of Wands. Talks about swiftness. And that is kind of the arrows of love, right? And look at her, she's trying to sift through there. So we may have some singles here that are getting a long line of people coming in their face, and they kind of pick and choose here. One on the floor, one she's got shooting rainbows out. So there's a swiftness of incoming opportunities in a romantical kind of way. Okay, is a sense I'm getting for the masculine. He's really got a lot of opportunities here, but he's trying to discern is what I get. The next card is the Princess of Swords. So that might be one of the options that you have coming at you, because she is facing right in that direction, even though these are females. Princess of Swords is very curious. She likes to get in there and get underneath things. She likes to know and learn and be and talk and communicate. So we may have some communications going with an air sign. So it's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And they are very talkative people. They like to keep in touch and whatnot. So there's a sense of this, something coming at them really swift, highly communicative and introductory. Okay, the next card is the Devil. And there we go. Because there's a sense here, that's the Capricorn card, and they're making me see that health thing. So you may have some people who are really in a relationship here that's bad for their health, literally. Like we're so run down and so beaten down emotionally that we just don't have any energy, don't have nothing. And the sense here is codependence, right? We're tied together. We want both of them facing, they want to leave. You know, their heads are already trying to separate, but they're stuck together. So we maybe have some of these masculines that are in a relationship they feel tied to, that they can't feel like they can't get rid of. There may be a Queen of Swords here that is highly interested in them, but they're having to fend that off, or not dealing with that energy too well because of the state that they're in. And again, health is declining here. They're making me aware of that. So this man, if he doesn't start making some huge life-changing decisions, which I feel like the universe is really helping him do, he could end up failing in a health kind of way, like really getting sick, down and out, like you can't make pentacles no more, sick, where we're taking time off work, okay. So on the romance side, on the Swiftness card, which talks about communication, can talk about distance, arrows of love, all of it. It's all communicated, or it's all in there. Yeah, we got my dud card, romantic tarot. That's like, well, there's things going to happen here, but we cannot tell you what that is. And the sense I'm getting here too, actually, as I'm reading into this, is that there is someone that we do have our focus on here, and it may not be, well, no, like, because it's, look at her hands, right? She is repelling this person. This person's coming in to fight or show their way forward, and this person's repelling. So that's, I get a sense the masculine is actually trying to fend off some opportunities here, but nonetheless, sense I'm getting, this is none of your business card. I put it in there universally. Don't give me cards that don't fit. So this is the card. They're going here. There's stuff here that needs to happen. It's detrimental to the destiny of each person involved. We cannot have it being told, but this is the scenario. So on the Swiftness, none of your business. Something's coming in here. It's going to change things. Can't let you know what that is. The next card, the Princess of Swords, we get the Six of Wands. So there's, okay, interesting. They're going, notice the direction of the boat. The boat is coming in here. Now it's interesting because she is got her birdcage there, and the sense is that's her baggage. So she is bringing her baggage forth to this man. Now this man is kind of in defense, like, whoa, back off. So something here, I'm getting a sense this woman's jumping the gun to this guy, but he's not wanting it. Okay, that's a sense I'm getting here. So the Swords energy coming in, no less. She's got her birdcage and everything. So that's what's going on there. And then something's going to happen and we can't tell you about. On top of the Devil. Okay, we get a Queen of Swords. So this is a different energy altogether. Mind you, it's the same element, right? Because we had the Princess And now we have the Queen. So maybe she gets rejected to the point that she's pissed right off. That may be. But something happens here. Yeah, something happens there. And that's going to be the difference between this woman coming in, hey, I'm here, to what the hell happened? This is what's going on. Okay, so there's a change. And this could be caught up in the fact of this card right here. This life-changing event, I feel, has to do with this woman's mood. She moves from a princess of happy and lightness of being to, there's a life-changing event here that comes across that is going to be just a minute. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Life-changing event here. It's fated. It's whatever, has to do with this man's defense against this woman coming in, and then she's not too happy, but whatever comes about comes about. Now, on top of this, as we expand on the none of your business card, we get the 10 of Cups. Now, this is interesting because whatever happens here, this man is fending off people coming in. Like there's a torrent of either women or partners or possible partners or people coming in for whatever reason. I feel a few of them are for romantic purposes. Coming in here, something happens. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups is about happy, emotional life. Amen. What do you call that? The fairy tale, whatnot. So emotionally being happy. So this is what this man is trying to do. He's trying to fend off these people because either one, they don't make him happy emotionally, or he doesn't see them as part of the plan. Okay. Now, next, on top of the 6, and again, usually that's about going away, but the boat's coming into him. So there's somebody here. And the sense they're giving me is I'm packing my bags and I'm moving in. Like, this is the sense they're giving me. And this guy's in defense. Like, no, you can't move in here. Like, we're not on the same page here, but this woman, this feminine, is being very aggressive to come forth to this man and say, I got all my stuff, got my bird cage, everything. I can't turn back now. This is the sense I'm getting. On top of that, we get 15, the shadow. So this is on the darker side. So this person may be codependent that's coming in the direction of the masculine, and they're really trying to tie themselves to them, either for financial purposes or something other than true heart, really is the sense that I'm getting. This man is trying to get to his 10 of Cups. And this shadow, it's like almost like they know this. They may or may not know this, that this man is kind of on his way, but they're going to come in nonetheless. Now, on the Queen of Swords, which is, this woman's been through hell and back, and she's not impressed. And it may be this, I feel like, yeah, that's all the same energy, but an evolution process in the story, really, because we have this little, she's the Princess of Swords. And the sense they're giving me, this is, yeah, she may have a little bit of devilish in her because she's a Princess of Swords while everything's going her way. But when she don't get the answer she wants, then she turns into this, right? This is what they're giving me. And that's the dark side of this little scenario here. He's going, whoa, wait a minute. No, you stay back. Because, he's looking for the whole full meal deal. And he's feeling shadiness here. Now, on the Queen of Swords, we get the 5 of Wands, and then the struggle ensues. Wow. Yeah. So I'm trying to find this masculine. I'm trying to find my happy place. And this woman's coming in, I got your happy place. Oh, just give me a minute. I got to move in with me and my best friend and blah, blah, blah. And they bring all their stuff. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't discuss this. Da, da, da. And then the struggles start coming because this man is seeing something going on because he puts a limit on her, and suddenly now she turns into the devil themselves, right? Like, because I feel this side is really nasty that comes out. Why? Because this card comes. It's like now you're going to see the devil in me. And he may not have saw that before. He put a limit on her, and now he's going to have to deal with that, right? So now they're in struggle and strife trying to deal with that. So there may have been an opening of the eyes here to a character that he had one of the options coming in. Holy, like I'm dealing with something here I didn't realize I was dealing with. Because he's just trying to get to his 10 of Pentacles. And he maybe turned in a direction here. Not so good. Got red eyes, kind of, Somebody's looking for something from this man. It's not love. It's money. It's stability. It's not love. Okay? So on top of the 10 of Cups here, we get the 7 of Swords. So there you go. No bedroom action. So the 10 of Cups, he's thinking about his happy place, trying to get there. And either a partner that he has, he's not physically intimate. It's not going on. Something's wrong there. She may be withholding that in order to gain things from him, maybe manipulating him in a sexual kind of way. Like, if you don't give me no money, you don't get no sex. Like this kind of thing. Sorry, but that's what I'm getting. Or emotionally manipulating him physically, like through the physical act of sex. And that's the shadow side of things. Now, on top of that, we get 20. Wow. Okay. Because this is the shadow card, right? So that shows the codependence here. And there may be on both. But I feel like the masculines may be realizing here, wait a minute, something's off. Things aren't the way that was. He may have been pulled wool, right? Been pulled over him quite highly here. And he's now starting to realize, wake up. So the sense here, yeah, we got to, we're chained to something here we don't want to be. Not only that, we don't have a happy sex life. So on top of that is Judgment. Now, this is interesting because you notice the guy in the heavens, that's the universe going, these two shall be. And then the guy on the below is tying them karmically to one another. So, just give me a minute. I feel like this is because again, Sword of Truth sitting here. There's some truths that need to be clarified to these partners. Now, we could either be leaving a situation here that was karmically tied and we are now done, or we're getting into one and we're breaking from another. Now, here it is. We're breaking from another. Now, the next card is 7. Now, 2 7s. That's significant. Yeah. Wow. No more clear. And it's physically, this man is feeling it physically. Now, here we go. 7 of Swords. There's some truths here that are yet to be told to this partner that he's with, that he's busting from, or he's getting fed up with on a high level. They are not intimate. Next card, Judgment. Judgment comes down. That's universally, we've tied these two together. There's some truths here that still have to be worked out between the couple in order to leave smoothly. They have not done so, but time's up. This couple, you need to go to move on to other places. This is not doing you guys any good. There's unfinished business here, but nonetheless, there's still, and the 7 of Pentacles is breaking of the tie. They're tied here, and then here they're broken. So this relationship here that he's struggling with needs to break. But the problem is we may have some physical dependence because we're broken here, but we're physically connected. I'm spitting here. But yet it's like we're connected and then we stop and then we go back and then we stop. Why? Because it's easy to go there. Maybe easy to get physical satisfaction in that direction. So we just do it. We feel tied, but we're not tied universally anymore. The Judgment has come down to break these two apart, but they're still connected, is the sense I'm getting. And that's that. Why? Because they may be codependent. They may be physically addicted to each other and don't want to give it up. Because the physical supersedes the spiritual, so they'll continue to do this. And again, think long term because you're going to get stuck in this for a long period of time. Okay. You will not be able to move. There's life-changing stuff coming down the pipe universally to help you go, give you the nudge. If you don't take that, you're kind of, this is what you get. Okay. Now, Surrender card. Surrender to receiving love and support. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Sorry. They're giving everything so quickly. I got to spit it out quickly, I feel. Love and support. So yeah, don't try and handle everything yourself. Not only do we may be on the wrong mindset, but we may have to refer to other people to help us come up with things that we just cannot come up with ourselves in order to solve this scenario. Because the sense here, just give me a minute. Yeah, they got a card here they're going to play. But what's going on is we have someone in our midst here that is highly pulled the wool over our eyes quite highly. And even though we're in a position here where we don't want to take from them, they are taking from us no less. We need to use our wisdom to gain the love that we want. Now, the planetary card is Moon in Leo. It talks about heroism and let your inner hero out. Again, this was something that I had last week in the readings in the room. You got to be a hero. You got to make a drastic move here. It's not just, we can't be passive about things. We have to kind of move. Moon in Leo is about taking action, having the courage to do so. Talks about love and support. Go in those directions. If we're not getting love, we're not getting support. The physical aspect needs to be taken out of this mix for the man to think straight. We need to take our out of it. I just wanted to say it. I almost did. We got to take our unit out of it, and we got to make decisions based on our mindset and our emotions, not what's in our pants. Then we will see clearly. Till then, we may get stuck in a situation where we will be drained financially over a long period of time, and it'd be bad and just hellish. So I get a sense here of timing, man. Like, we got to get out of this thing before you can't anymore. Because I feel like either there's a direction this man wants to go, or just universal support will not be there after a certain period of time. And whether you want to go or you make amends after that point, your finances will just start draining. And this is the way that I see it going for this man. His finances is going to drain. Because whatever he's attached to at this time and whatever it is that he's leading by his pencil, this is going to drain him financially. Absolutely. That's their purpose for being here. And he has to gain his courage in order to rise above that. So if he wants to be led by his pencils, then he better get writing, because they're going to go. They're going to go. That's all I can say legally without being, how you say, what do you call that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Surrender to receiving love and support outside of yourself, outside of the relationship. There are people there that have good intentions for you. They should know this. Moon in Leo is about being courageous. You may have to put your big pants on and get out there and wade in the water a little bit of emotion and move forward. And if this is not done, then we will take a slow, long tower over the next 20 years of just kind of being in a place where we can't gain any finances and whatnot. So hopefully this helps. She's very drastic, very heavy. My cheeks are just burning. This person doesn't have a lot of time to make this decision before shit comes down the pipe, man. It's going to make for you, but you're not going to benefit. At this point, if we do it ourselves, you can still gain what you want, but after a certain point, the door closes, you can't gain what you want anymore. So if you have a direction of a person that you want to go, it's going to end. They're going to find another partner, is the sense I'm getting. So Moon and Leo, be courageous, go after what you want from a heart-centered kind of place, and you'll make headway. Holy, those were pretty powerful. I know I get in it, but they're like, we have to stress this. This is very stressful. A time limit for the male. The female, not so much. She's more absorbed in taking things in, but the masculine is really behind the 8 ball here by 5 years, and we just there's going to be no room for him to get what he wants anymore. So he really has to think about what he truly wants from his heart, not his pencils. Okay. He's keeping them too sharp. These pencils is too sharp. So I don't know how to explain that without explaining it. He may have to take a break from writing for a while so that he can engage the emotional brain and go where he needs to go. So anyway, thanks guys for joining me. I will be back either later tonight or tomorrow to do, what am I doing? Yeah, but that will be in the Infinity Room to do the horoscope readings and the peek into your week. So take care, guys. Have fun and be kind. My mouse doesn't work. And we'll talk to you later.